House Party looks like a simple teen comedy. Music, dancing, high-top fades, chaos in a living room, but the star died 9 days after it opened. The roles were written for Will Smith, and a Harvard thesis film accidentally became a cultural movement. Budget, $2.5 million. Box office, $26 million. National Film Registry, same shelf as Citizen Kane. Here are 16 facts about House Party that nobody saw coming. Fact 1. This movie started as a Harvard senior thesis, and every studio said no. In 1983, Reginald Hudlin was packing to return to Harvard when a Luther Vandross record came on the radio. He threw away the script he'd spent the entire summer writing. Wrote House Party that night. The 20-minute short won Best Film at the New England Student Academy Awards. Then he and his brother Warrington tried to sell it to studios. Every single one passed. One executive said it directly. "You know what no one wants to see? Black movies or teen movies. You have a black teen movie." It took until 1988 for New Line Cinema to agree. Reluctantly. Hudlin turned his thesis into a feature that grossed 10 times its budget. Harvard thesis to cultural phenomenon. 7 years. Fact 2. The roles were written for DJ Jazzy Jeff and Will Smith. And then they said no. New Line wanted them. Hudlin wanted them. Legal issues over an uncleared sample gave the studio leverage, but Smith and Jazzy Jeff walked anyway. Hudlin pivoted. He'd seen Kid and Play on BET, their chemistry, their energy. He cast them instead. Years later, Kid and Play were offered a sitcom on NBC. They turned it down to focus on film. That sitcom became The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will Smith got the role he'd originally been offered for House Party. Kid and Play got sequels that faded. Full circle. Different paths. Both became icons. Fact 3. Martin Lawrence only got the role because he's Play's real cousin. Christopher Martin and Martin Lawrence are actual cousins. Lawrence had just made his film debut in Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing. The family connection helped get him in the room. Hudlin cast him as Bilal, the reluctant DJ. Lawrence improvised most of his lines, so did John Witherspoon. 2 years later, Lawrence and Tisha Campbell, also in House Party, starred together in the sitcom Martin. All because a cousin made a phone call. Fact 4. Play's 7-inch high-top fade was calculated branding. Every shot was designed around it. Cinematographer Peter Deming framed every setup to feature it. Lighting, blocking, camera angles. That haircut was always center frame, not background, not accidental. It turned Play into a walking logo. You don't remember every joke from the film, but you remember that silhouette. Marketing disguised as character design. Fact 5. Robin Harris improvised so much the crew stopped rolling film. Then the boom operator kept laughing. Harris improvised almost every line. Different take, different joke, every time. Film costs money, so Hudlin developed a system. Call action, but don't roll the camera yet. Let Harris do his thing. Let everyone laugh. Get it out of their system. Then actually roll for the real take. It didn't work. The boom mic operator kept laughing mid-take. The boom dipped into frame. Ruined. Again. Kid and Play couldn't keep straight faces. That Jerry curl joke, pure improv. Comedy so good it became a production problem. Fact 6. Robin Harris died 9 days after the film opened. His son was born 6 months later, March 18, 1990, Chicago's Four Seasons Hotel. Harris was playing to sold-out crowds. Peak of his career. He collapsed in his hotel room. Cardiac arrest. He was 36. His wife was pregnant. Their son Robin Jr. was born 6 months later and never met his father. Harris's performance as Pop was his final major role. He was posthumously nominated for an Independent Spirit Award. The film became, without anyone choosing it, a memorial. Fact 7. The production manager disappeared mid-shoot. They put his name in the credits as Oz's money. He just left. Vanished. Cost the production several $1,000s it didn't have. Budget, $2.5 million. Every dollar mattered. Hudlin was furious. So in the end credits, the missing production manager is listed as Ozu's money. Owes us money. It's right there. Permanent. A middle finger disguised as a film credit. The production nearly collapsed. They finished anyway. Fact 8. The whole film was shot in 1 month, mostly in one house. That wasn't creative. It was survival. July 1989. Principal photography. Most of the movie happens in Play's house because fewer locations meant lower costs. The house is at 2895 West 15th Street in Los Angeles, a real house in a real neighborhood. Hudlin shot fast, minimal setups, actors learned lines in the makeup chair. That raw, chaotic energy? Not planned. Necessity turned into style, a Harvard thesis, a missing production manager, a comedian who kept ruining his own takes. None of it was supposed to work. Then came Sundance. Then came the nominations. Then came the Library of Congress. Fact 9. House Party premiered at Sundance and swept the awards. Nobody expected that. January 20th, 1990. Hudlin won the Filmmakers Trophy. Peter Deming won the Cinematography Award. A low-budget black teen comedy swept Sundance. Roger Ebert gave it 3 stars and called it wall-to-wall exuberant song and dance. Critics praised it for showing black teenagers with a freshness rare in film. It opened in 520 theaters, grossed $4.6 million in its first weekend, and finished at $26 million. 10-to-1 return. Independent Film Gold. Fact 10. The film got 7 Independent Spirit Award nominations, including one for The Man Who Was Already Gone. Best Director, Best Male Lead, 2 Best Supporting Female nominations, Best Cinematography, Best First Feature, and Best Supporting Male, for Robin Harris, who had died between the film's release and the ceremony. It lost Best First Feature to Whit Stillman's Metropolitan, but 7 nominations proved something. This wasn't just a teen comedy, it was cinema, and Hollywood was forced to notice. Fact 11. In 2022, the Library of Congress added House Party to the National Film Registry. Culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant. Same honor as Citizen Kane, The Godfather, Casablanca, a Harvard thesis film, a teen comedy, a party, preserved forever alongside the greatest films ever made because it captured something real. Black teenage joy without tragedy, without stereotypes, just kids, music, and a night that got out of hand. That mattered enough to preserve. Fact 12. House Party 2 brought Robin Harris back through a photograph that comes to life. Harris died before the sequel started filming. The filmmakers couldn't replace him and didn't try. Instead, they used archive footage from the original and built a device around it, a photograph of Pop that sometimes comes to life and speaks to Kid. The sequel opens with Kid acknowledging his father's death, because there was no other honest way to handle it. The film is dedicated to Harris's memory. Audiences knew he was gone. Seeing him again anyway was something else entirely. Fact 13. Reginald and Warrington Hudlin appear in the film as burglars running from a dog. Blink and you miss them. The director and his producer brother, in an alley, fleeing. Hudlin went on to direct Boomerang with Eddie Murphy, produce Django Unchained, direct Marshall, and co-produce the 88th Academy Awards. It all started with a house party in Los Angeles, and a cameo as a burglar. Fact 14. Before House Party, studios said black teen movies wouldn't sell. After House Party, they couldn't greenlight them fast enough. New Line's success proved different culture, different rhythm, same universal appeal. Boomerang, Friday, The Wood, Love, and Basketball. None of those films exist in the same form without House Party clearing the path. Hudlin's Harvard thesis became a blueprint, not immediately, but permanently. Fact 15. The sequels got bigger budgets, better music, and lost everything that made the original work. House Party 2 and 3 starred Kid and Play. More money, more spectacle, more polish. But the original felt lived in. The sequels felt built. They chased scale instead of energy. By House Party 4 and 5, Kid and Play were gone entirely. Direct to video, different cast, no connection to the original. The franchise became a brand. The brand had no soul. Fact 16. The film was set in East St. Louis. It was shot in Los Angeles. Nobody noticed. Hudlin grew up in East St. Louis, Illinois. The script was built around his hometown. The budget forced them to shoot in L.A. 2895 West 15th Street became Play's house. Monrovia, California became the neighborhood. The geography changed completely. The energy didn't, because the culture was authentic, and culture doesn't care what street sign is in the background. A Harvard thesis that every studio rejected. A missing production manager immortalized in the credits. A comedian who died 9 days after his finest work hit theaters. House Party wasn't supposed to matter. It's in the Library of Congress.